Hey guys, so today I want to be talking about tiling window managers and floating window managers. So, what's a tiling window manager? You may not know what a tiling window manager, but for certain you know what a floating window manager. So, why am I talking about this anyway? Well, the whole point of this video today is to make sure you get productive on your laptop. Now, what's a floating window manager? Well, a floating window manager is basically what we have on our Macintosh, our Windows 10, or our Linux computers. Essentially, the windows they float in the air like this. See, like for example, this is a window. If we open up another window, then this window would be floating on top of this window. See, or this window would be floating on top of this window. That's why it's called a floating window manager, and you can drag the windows around as you see fit. Now, one disadvantage of floating window managers is that you cannot see all the information at once, right? When I have this window up front, then this window you can't see it. So with tiling window managers, you're able to see all the windows and all the information at the same time. So in theory, tiling window managers make your experience much more efficient. So how would a tiling window manager look like? Well, it would look something like this. So this way you can see both windows at the same time. And if there are more windows, it simply shrink the windows so that they're smaller. So let's say we add in another window, say like a text editor or something, then what a tiling window manager would do is immediately this window, for example, would shrink to this size and this window would be brought down. So now you can see that all the windows are showing on the screen and all of the content is being seen, so it's theoretically efficient. Now, over here are some examples of tiling window managers. You can see over here this guy opened around like 7 windows or so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 windows, and they are all showing on the screen. Now, the advantage of tiling window managers is that yes, they are efficient, but the disadvantage is that most of the softwares that produce tiling window managers, they are for Linux and they're not really draggable. So the windows are not able to float on each other. So if you want the efficiency of tiling window managers, but you also want to use floating window manager, which is the floating window managers we use right now, like on Mac, then you'd be well off installing a software such as Magnet. Now, what's Magnet? Well, let's go into App Store and I'll show you what I mean. So over here, this is the App Store, and I'm going to search for Magnet. So this is the Magnet app, and it has 4.9 stars, or that's the rating. And essentially what it does is allows you to keep your workplace organized by putting your windows into different sections of on the screen, right? So you can move your window wherever you want. Let's say this Chrome window in particular, you can move it to the left, to the right, up, down using these particular shortcut keys. You can also move it to the center, maximize it, all sorts of options. Now, this app right now, the Magnet app, I believe it cost about $1. Let me check. So Magnet app, yeah. So I don't know how much it's priced because I've already bought it, but I think I bought it at a discount and it was like about $1 or $2. That's pretty cheap. But if you don't want to buy Magnet because you don't want to spend the $1 or $2, you can of course search for Tiles. There's an alternative called Tiles. It might be difficult to find it. Tiles Window Manager. So let me find it. Take a while to load. How about App Cleaner? Okay, so yeah, it's called freemacsoft.net. So over here in freemacsoft.net, if you click over here on Tiles, then you can install this version 1.0 for Mac OS. Now, this video that I'm talking about right now, it's all completely for Mac OS. On Windows, there is the option to drag windows as well. I know on Windows there's the snappy function where you take a window, drag it to the right hand side, and it'll snap to the right. You drag it to the top, it'll snap to the top. Snap to the left, and so on and so forth. But anyway, back to the topic. If you don't want to pay the $1 or $2 for magnet, simply you can use the free tiles, which is the software that does the similar thing. Now tiles, in general, the experience isn't as smooth, but I guess that's what you get for not paying the $1 or $2. Okay, so now that we've covered for tiling window managers, another important thing that I want to talk to you about is the importance of having a minimalistic screen. So keeping your screen clear. And you'll notice that right now my dock over here is hidden. So I only see it when I hover down to the bottom. That's when the dock pops up. Similarly, you'll notice that the top over here, the navigation bar, it only pops up when I navigate to the top. So when I don't need it, I don't see it. That way it keeps the top and the bottom clear. And also, by default, the sidebar, it only comes out when you need it to come out. So let's say I want it to come out, I swipe to left and it comes out. Or you can go over here to the top right, click on it and it pops out. But in general, you can see that at any given time, I only have one window covering my screen or multiple windows covering all parts of the screen for full screen utilization, to fully utilize my entire screen.